The sun had set over the land of Karbala. The sand was soaked in blood, the tents were burning, and the cries of innocent children echoed through the desert. Ashura had ended, but the suffering was far from over. Now began the painful journey that history remembers as the journey of captivity. Al-Irshad and Bihar al-Anwar narrate that on the night of Ashura, when Yazid's army set fire to the tents, the women and children wandered across the burning sands searching for safety. Lady Zainab, Salawat, ran from one tent to another, comforting Sakina, Salawat, then returning to care for the ill Imam Zainul Abideen, Salawat. The headless body of Imam Hussain, Salawat, lay upon the plains of Karbala, and the family of the Prophet ﷺ was forced to bid a final farewell to their loved ones. Narrations mention that Sakina clung to her father's body in tears until the enemy soldiers pulled her away. Then came the moment when the Ahlul Bayt were taken as prisoners. The women were placed upon camels without saddles, while heavy chains and iron collars were fastened around Imam Sajjad Salawat. The blessed heads of the martyrs were raised upon spears, and at the front was the sacred head of Imam Hussain. The caravan departed from Karbala toward Kufa. The scorching desert, burning winds, hungry and thirsty children, every step carried a new story of suffering. Lady Sakina repeatedly asked for water, but instead of mercy, the captives were met with whips and cruelty. Bihar al-Anwar states that throughout the journey, Lady Zainab, Salawat, continued comforting the children and remained a mountain of patience despite the brutality of the enemy. Along the road, some people wept when they learned the truth. They had been told these captives were rebels, but when they saw the daughters of the Prophet ﷺ in such a condition, their hearts trembled. Even while bound in chains, Imam Sajjad guided people toward the truth. This was not merely the journey of prisoners, it was the journey of Karbala's message. As the caravan approached Kufa, announcements spread through the city that rebels were being brought in. Crowds gathered to watch. But the moment they saw the family of the Prophet ﷺ in chains and grief, the atmosphere began to change. Women started crying, and shame appeared upon many faces. Then came the historic sermon of Lady Zainab Salawat in Kufa, a captive woman whose brothers, sons, and nephews had all been martyred, yet the majesty of Imam Ali Allahum Resalant echoed in her voice. She declared, "O people of Kufa, may your tears never dry." Silence fell over the crowd. People began realizing the enormity of the zulm committed against the family of the Prophet. Then Imam Sajjad introduced himself, saying, "I am the son of Makkah and Mina. I am the son of Zamzam and Safa." These words shook the conscience of Kufa. Though this journey was filled with chains, spears, and unbearable suffering, it became the reason Karbala lived forever. If Imam Hussain saved Islam with his blood on the battlefield of Karbala, then Lady Zainab Salawat and Imam Sajjad preserved its message through their sermons in the markets of Kufa and Sham.